Yo, what is up, guys? We made it through a week, another week, holding AMC. No one's selling. We are holding. What a rough week. I don't want to say it was rough. I think the expectations were a little bit higher going into this week with the FTDs. Everybody got their hopes up on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the 002. Me too. I was expecting, honestly, in all honesty, a little bit more this week. I was. But remember, we are fighting hedge funds, namely Citadel, who is the biggest monster, kinkiest of them all out there. They're not going down swing. And I touched on this a week ago with that Kenny G story of him, 18, 19 years old. Owns 85% of Citadel. This is all this guy's ever done. Just remember who we're up against. They are going to fire as much as they can. And remember everything that's on our side. A lot of this, too, and I touch on this, and I'm going to continue to touch on this with the Gary Gensler involved here, all of these rules coming into play. And you have the right. Everyone has the right to be hesitant. Oh, don't trust them. They're the one. I get all that stuff. I truly, honestly do. But I honestly think, too, in reading more about Gensler, how he did not like that '08 bailout, and all of this stuff he has done solely since he's been in with all of these rules, we haven't even seen the beginning. Now, all the DD, all the math, and everything else, and I know a lot of people aren't going to like me saying this, we have won this thing. The only way for these guys to get out of this right now is if we start selling and they can cover their short position. There's no other way out. And again, I know I've said this too, is nobody sold in January. There were people at $17, $22, $16, $13, $12, and watch this thing dump down for 5-6 weeks to $5, $6, $7. I know I sound like a broken record, but now you fast forward 5 months and you have these same type of people just on a different type of a price range, right? People that got in the 60s, even maybe the 70s, and were hovering in the 55, 60. I get all of that. I get the newcomers. It was hard for me in February. Hey, is this really going to happen? You got the GameStop, everybody's freezing, Robin Hoods, blah, blah, blahs. The bottom line is this thing is shorted to oblivion. The kinkiness, everything that's going on with this, all the synthetic shares, phantom shares, whatever you want to call them, this thing is shorted to death. The bad guys are in rough, rough shape. That's all we need to know. And again, I've said this. Everyone and their mother has said this. All we got to do is hold this stock. There's nothing. I know it sounds to the naked and plain eye, sure. Yeah, okay, we got to hold it. I get it. It's boring. It's dull. It's watching this thing running up to 70, $72, and all of a sudden, oh my God, we're going to go to 100, and then we stall out at this $55, $58 level. To me, that is absolutely outstanding. The higher this thing is, the more money it's cost them. And I'll touch on this in a minute as a matter touching on how much money they've lost. We all know it's in the billions, right? But remember, this month alone, and this month is still alive, the majority of their losses have come this month. So this thing staying in the $55 range is costing them dearly. And then dark pool madness. These guys shorted the living hell out of this thing this week. And they brought it down, what, a few bucks? Hello? Yellow. So long story short, we all know, you guys know, we just got to hold it. So let's get out this weekend. Let's just regroup. Nobody panic. And I know most people aren't, but I just feel that a lot of these comments and what's going on out there, we got to kind of touch some other people that may, not be around as long as we have. A lot of us that have, So we're just fine. We're at $56, $54, whatever the hell we're at. Doesn't matter. Price doesn't matter. Wherever we're at. Okay, let's hop into this son of a gun. But look at this first. Oh, boy. Busier than usual. It is midnight. It's 12:15 in Chicago. Friday night. Remember, these fine fellows are not open tomorrow. I think there's a lot more good to what's going on. And like I said, and I'll stand by this until I am proven wrong, this thing gets up over 60, $65 and it runs and consolidates and stays there, it's game over. I honestly believe that. And I think a lot of that is why these guys are here. Markets, cryptos, blah, blah, blahs. Deep, deep, deep doo-doo they're in. Okay, let's touch on a couple nice little articles right here, but just look at this beautiful thing. That is a beauty of beauties. But like I said, look at this. We don't have much to go. We get in this type of range here where we basically touched on here the last couple weeks. 99. I think so. Okay, look at this here. We got, what did we finish up at? 50,000? 49,000 calls in the money. At a double nickel, 55 bucks, it was only 7,800 more. But go down here. This will make you guys feel a little bit better here, too. Look at the put side of things. 39,000 in the money, 239 out. But just look at this on this side. These are going down here every week. What do you got on 7/16? There's 17,000 in the money, 430,000 out of the money. Okay, and these will just continue to grow as we know. This thing here, look at this darn thing here. Stock Invest. I found this kind of interesting. AMC Entertainment Holdings Inc. stock price ends at 54.06 on Friday after losing 4.66%. This is kind of a brief rundown of the week right here. The AMC Entertainment Holdings Inc. stock fell by 4.66% on Friday, the 25th of June, from 56.70 to 54.06. Remember, hammered to death, and that's all they did. And has now fallen 3 days in a row. During the day, the stock fluctuated 6.27% from a day low of 52.97 to a day high of 56.29. The price has been going up and all down for the period, and there has been a 9.43% gain in the last 2 weeks. Remember, we've touched on that too. We know where we've been for 2 weeks. Is that right? That's part of the panic. Volume fell on the last day along with the stock, which is actually a good sign, as volume should follow the stock. On the last day, the trading volume fell by 3 million shares, and a total of 77 million shares were bought and sold, approximately 4.14 billion. Now this here, the stock lies in the middle of a very wide and strong rising trend, like we touched on, right, in the short term, and further rise within the trend of significant signaled. Given the current short-term trend, the stock is expected to rise 271.74% during the next 3 months, with a 90% probability hold a price between 125 and 289 in the next 3 months. And I am assuming this is not has nothing to do with the short squeeze, right? So that's just the overall trend of this stock heading in the right direction. The chart says that. The chart looks absolutely outstanding. So that was a pretty good little piece of article there. This one, over to these big losses here too. The main thing with this article here too, hedge funds rethink tactics after $12 billion hit from meme stocks. But the long and the short is down here. But hedge funds bet on a falling share prices and stepping up their efforts to spot the next GameStop after the year's meme stock bonanza left the industry nursing billions of dollars of losses in just 6 months. Huge gains in the price of companies favored by day traders who assemble on message boards such as Reddit caught out at short sellers badly in late January. In recent weeks, these stocks have staged a second rally with a rise in stocks, including cinema chain AMC, inflicting yet more pain. Why I don't grab my glasses, you guys, when I try to do these damn videos is beyond me. I'm blind in one eye, can't see out the other. It's just amazing. Hedge fund loses since the start of the year, losses for the start of the year. There I go, blind. Start of the year from betting against just AMC, GameStop, and Bed Bath & Beyond are more than $12 billion, according to Data Group S3, while bets against a number of other have reached runs of additional hundreds of millions of dollars. This is the interesting part. More than half short sellers, 5.1 billion of losses betting against AMC this year have come in June. So that's a pretty monstrous deal, because remember, we got January, February, March, April, May, 5 months compared to this month. They're losing 50%. Can they go another 5 or 6 months with the stock saying in there? I really don't think so, right? So yeah, that was pretty interesting. Here's your Ortex data. The main big talk since yesterday was the estimated short interest at 18.56%. When last time we were at that high too is when we ran up to the 71, 72 buckaroonies, right? So there's your Ortex data for the day. This one too, I found this pretty interesting too. I don't know if it's real, fake. It seems to be all over the place, but It looks to me like a copy and pasted email, but look down here. Citadel, hedge fund, mail, copy, paste. Maybe somebody put that out there. I don't know, but I've seen it blasted all around there. But as we know, I was going to touch on this probably 2 weeks ago. I mentioned in a video that I had something for you. I decided not to, but I'm going to decide to tell it now. I don't want to show... I was going to show the email and black it out. I don't know if it's real or if it's fake. I did look up the company, and what they do is pump up other stocks. I did not see a mention of, GameStop or anything like that. It was really vague, but long story short, it was an email saying, hey, we are a company that work with several other companies, blah, 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 about 3 paragraphs. But at the end of it, basically what they wanted me to do on my tiny little baby YouTube channel was do videos about certain stocks. I set up a meeting to have this dude call me that worked for the company. I did go to their website. They had 2 different websites associated with the email. I decided not to take the call with the dude. I just didn't really want to get into it. Would have been interesting, but I didn't want to show the email in here and blast them, just in case maybe they wanted me to do videos for something. I don't know. But there's a zillion of these companies, especially overseas, that are doing this now and have been doing this, but mainly for the GameStop and AMC. So there is probably some truth to this. If this one is not real, we know there's a ton of them out there that are real, right? And especially the stupid ones. I had them on my damn YouTube channel. You guys remember seeing some of those comments? Some of the guys have been with me for a while. People on, these same type of just monotony, copy and paste type messages on the damn thing. So who knows? The madness is out there, as we know. And then remember, do not forget, we got F9 blasting off here. Record of 66 milli on Friday. I think that was Thursday's numbers, wasn't it? Down here somewhere. Anyway, let's keep an eye on that. So that's some good news, too. We forget to sometimes talk about AMC as a company. Or, well, I mean, the movies part of it anyway. But we've been waiting for this one. So let's see what this does over the weekend, right? Okay, guys, let's refresh this Citadel page real quick on the way out the door. We got to. Oh, damn, they went home. Son of a gun. Long story short, if they weren't there when I showed this thing 8 minutes ago, they were there probably 30 minutes ago. So they were there at midnight, worst case scenario, because I did not refresh it before I started. We just want to cover, Kenny. I don't want no claims out there saying I said you were there at 12:30 at night and you were only there at midnight. I'm sorry, Kenny G. Okay, buddy? We love you. Cover your positions, though, and we'll love you even more. Okay, you guys, that's it. Seriously, this weekend, get out. It's going to be 110 degrees in Seattle, Washington. Yes, I said that. Seattle, rain, where we're known for, is going to be 110 degrees on 102 on Sunday, 109 on Monday. So if you don't hear from me, then I'm absolutely fried, dead, overheated, heat exhaustion, heat stroke, whatever you want to call it. We are not used to that kind of weather. So seriously, guys, get some rest. Hydration, remember, protein, always protein, or just say, screw it all, I'm going to go out and binge drink until the market opens on Monday. Either way, I'm fine with it. Love you all, and I'll talk to you a little bit later. Bye, guys.